Oh no, my forehead. And my chest. Oh. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another edition of HCW Show Squared. This is episode 36, I want to say. This is of course the show that takes the usual format or formula of the HCW show and expands to the power of, you guessed it, 2. I'm your host as always for these, Dan, DP, or as I say in the hood nowadays, DP, yeah. And I am joined by someone who's not Craig. Someone who's just as sus, but it's not Craig. I am joined by, of course, one of the actual hosts of the original HCW show, Frozzy. How are you doing?
I am good, but not sus. I will get that in there. No one is on Craig's level of sus. But no, I'm good. I'm happy to be here. It's been like I've wanted to come on here for a bit now because I've been watching NXT, and I'm like, when Craig isn't able to do it, let me know and I'll jump on. And then I think he wasn't able to do it a couple of weeks ago when I was working, and I was like, for God's sake. But yeah, no, I've actually got some free time, and yeah, I'm just happy to do something else that's not a quiz.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. Like, we literally said that during the Mania review as well. It was just something that you're happy to do that wasn't a quiz or a showdown or something like that.
Yeah. It's looking forward to reviewing this NXT show.
Yeah, absolutely. So without any further ado, let's just kick into things with the NXT 16th of April review. So to kick things off, we are basically confirmed what was shown in the main event, which is going to be the steel cage match between Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. Cool. Then we go on to the next part of the show, which is the first match of the night. Hello. I was going to try and do it. I can't do it. It's basically no Amdar, okay? There's no Amdar and Dijak.
Please don't ever try and do that again.
I think I was practicing before recording as well, and I was like, I can't get it right, but I'm sort of getting it there. I was like, but I'm not.
No, you're absolutely not. Like, stop lying to yourself.
But yeah, it's no Amdar and Dijak. Noam Dar wins with the Nova Roller following a distraction from Oro Mensah. I rated this 3 3/4 stars. Honestly, great way to open the show.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid match. I like Dijak. Like, I know he gets a little bit of hate, but I actually think for what he is, he's really, really good. I was a 3-star rating. I thought it was a fun match. And they're obviously like... I thought Dijak was going to win, which is wild. But yeah, like I like both these guys. I've not really got a problem with Noam Dar winning. He's fun. I like him.
You know, absolutely. It's as I said, I rated it 3 3/4, so I clearly enjoyed it more than you did. But
that quarter star's not like there's not much in it. I did enjoy it.
No, 3 3/4 stars.
Oh, 3 3/4 stars.
Yeah.
I thought you said 3 1/4. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You enjoyed it a lot more than me then.
Yeah. A lot of comments online as well said that Noam Dar's out of shape or out of form or something like that. I'm like, no, he's not at all. It's like it's some of his best work. Like,
yeah. Well, it's obviously like they're changing it a little bit for him as well, aren't they? Because like I don't think he's a very good heel.
Yeah.
But like his in-ring work is good, and I would if he's out of shape, let me be in his shape.
Yeah, true. It's just a weird comment I saw online. I was like, I don't know what show you're watching because if anything, he's elevating the other 3 with him. Like like Metaphor is great. Like they're a little cringy at times, but that's NXT in a nutshell, really.
I was going to say that's if you're going to be cringy at any point, NXT is the time to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, but there's a lot of cringy gimmicks in NXT that are just fun.
Yeah,
but they wouldn't stick on the main shows, you know, like.
No, we'll come up to one in a bit, but yeah.
But yeah, no. Obviously, you said already. You thought Dodge winning. So did I.
Yeah.
I was caught off guard by the end result here. Even with the use of the distraction tactics, I just thought he's gonna win. Dijak, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, no, getting the win though was a nice breath of fresh air. I imagine we'll get a rematch soon between the two of them. But I imagine Dijak will probably want to face Mensa first, and then we'll get Noam again.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it would make sense for him to then beat the other people to get back to Noam Dar.
Yeah, well, not Nash and Jakara, but yeah.
Well, yeah, no, you know. That'd be an absolute show if that happened.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving on though. Well, we're back, everyone. Way. Well, we're like 5 minutes into the show, and we're on technical issues.
This never happens.
Never, not at all. Anyway, it's revealed that Ilya Dragunov will be in action tonight. NXT GM Ava will let Ilya choose his opponent, which Ilya just says he'll make it an open challenge. Whoever is first to meet him in the ring eye to eye will get the match.
It was quite fun when it happened.
Yeah, absolutely. We will get to that when we get to it though. But we get a bit more now on Tatum Paxley and her motivation behind what happened last week, where she attacked Lyra by throwing her into the stairs. It was basically just her admitting that she wanted the NXT Women's Championship, which makes sense, I guess, but it also doesn't, because how she was with Lyra, it was almost stalkerish, like obsessed with Lyra, not the title. To me, it just felt like they're trying to retcon some of Tatum's character, being like, actually, no, she wasn't interested in Lyra, she was interested in the title. Which doesn't really add up when you look at the previous weeks of what she was doing.
Yeah.
It kind of felt a bit lazy to me. I don't know how you felt about it, if you saw it.
Yeah, it was. It's just weird because, like, I get that they're good at rescuing storylines in WWE at the moment, but I feel like you're not. There's no way you can spin this where it doesn't look weird.
Yeah.
Because of the way that they built the character to look, and now to say that she had a different motivation, it's just like, it doesn't really tally. Doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah. Get back in that locker room and work something out, brother.
Yeah.
We're back in the ring now with the future of women's wrestling. As I said before on this podcast, on the show, it's Lola Vice. Lola Vice is, of course, taking on Sol Ruka.
We will agree to disagree on that.
So we got Latina Heat with Surfer Dude, Sol Ruka. Lola wins with the spinning heel kick following interference by Blair Davenport. For those who say it was a DQ finish, it wasn't a DQ because Blair touched the ropes, not Sol.
Yes, exactly that. That's why the ref did not DQ. He just looked at Blair and was like, "What the hell, bro?"
Exactly. It was just interference on the ring. It wasn't actually to do with the participants in the match.
And obviously, Lola Vice pinned her. So, you know.
Yeah. DQ 1, 2, 3.
Exactly. People are wild.
They really are. But I rated the match 2 stars. It was a short match, had an interference ending. That is like down points for me. But overall, the right person won, which is something. And it helps set up Sol and Blair for a future match, which is probably a bit spring breaking.
Yeah, I think they announced it in the show, didn't they? It was
they
like
did later on, yeah.
Beach match, yeah.
Beach brawl or something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like you. Like when matches go like 4 minutes, you can't really rate them that highly.
No, not really. I mean, I rated 2 stars because I enjoyed what I saw, but
yeah, you can. I was going to say you can have a fun 4 minutes, which is what that was, but yeah, it's not a time to build to more than 2. So
exactly, yeah. Like the 2 probably the highest you can get with this sort of like length of match. It really depends who's in the match too, but
yeah, of course it does.
Because we'll get to another short match that was actually really quite good.
Yeah.
After the match though, we get a video from Natalia in which she says, "Lola, you're pretty good, but you cost me my shot at Roxanne last week." So I'm now going to fight you in your own turf, in your own ground, to lead to the first ever NXT Underground match.
Yeah, I feel like. Do you remember Raw Underground?
I do, with Kato and the original Omos.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be that. I don't know
Probably.
why. I just feel like you can't call something NXT Underground when you've done Raw Underground and it not be the same.
I'm sure it'll be the same thing. There'll be like a locker room, like a door, like sort of bodyguard standing by it,
Yeah.
being like, "Hey, do you want to get in?" And he's like, "Okay." And he opens the door like,
First rule about Underground is we don't talk about Underground.
exactly. About what?
Yeah.
But no. Moving on, we finally get some development in the Gigi and Ariana story because they've basically ignored that for the last like 3 or 4 weeks. Basically, they meet in a park and discuss Gigi's first steps into becoming like Ariana, becoming more ladylike, which is of course dress shopping.
Yes.
Gigi looks worried, but I trust she's in good hands.
Yes, and you have also missed the NXT Anonymous show, Ridge Holland choking Wacky Wild.
There was a reason for that.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I don't cover everything.
Okay. It's just because, obviously, what happens after that?
What was after that? I can't remember.
They have a match!
Oh, the match, fine, yeah. No, but that was only confirmed last week, though, that match.
Oh, so it was. Yeah. Okay, my bad.
I thought we had that time I missed. I was like, I don't think we're missing that.
No, that's my bad.
Fair enough. But yeah, Gigi and Ariana, of course, at the park, as I said already, and they're going to go dress shopping.
I don't want to talk about this. They're ruining Gigi Dolan. Like, why are you doing this, bro?
You mean Georgina Dolan?
That was annoying me. I like actively wanted to throw something at my TV. They're ruining her. I can't wait for it to just end and it just be like, right, I'm just going to beat you up now.
I want it to be the other way around. I want Gigi to like become reformed, like to be like Ariana.
And then Ariana's go the other way.
Yeah. She's like, actually, no, I do see a bit of a wild side in me.
Yeah. I can see why you like this.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on to what Froz has alluded to. We get a match between Ridge Holland and Joaquin Wild. And this came about because Ridge slammed Cruzatoro's hand in a door frame by accident. And also because he choked him out in a locker room.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm glad we clarified this.
Ridge wins with a elevated DDT Northern Grit. I think it's called.
Yeah.
It's
I think.
it does like the Rampage that Soraya does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've rated this 1 star. I don't know what this was for, what it led to. Sean Spears came out towards the end to observe. Ridge just barged past him while Sean smiled.
The commentators were like, I don't think Ridge Holland can believe what he's just done. And I'm like, did I miss something? What did he do? So I rewound it. And I was like, he beat him. Like, I don't know what he did.
I can't believe I won.
Yeah, like, hold on. Like, what is this? This winning? But, yeah, I don't get it.
It's so foreign to me. I never win.
Well, like, I've read other things, like, around where this is apparently good character development because he's now embracing the violence. I'm like, it's wrestling, bro. Everything's violent.
I know.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I know Sean's trying to get him to be more, as you say, like more violent, I guess, and more like embrace the violence and more be pleased with the violence.
Yeah.
But saying that, this is really not hitting to me.
No, well, I wonder then if I missed it, but he maybe like pinned him and smiled, and then was disgusted with himself, potentially.
I don't think he did. I think it was just more he couldn't believe what he had done because he won a match in wrestling.
Couldn't believe he did a finishing move and won.
Yeah, unbelievable. Maybe because he couldn't believe he beat one part of the LWO.
Yeah, maybe.
They're big, kind of.
Or maybe it's because he's Ridge Holland and he doesn't win matches.
Who knows? After this, we go backstage. Thea Hale and Andre Chase have a heart-to-heart where they reconnect over the last few months. Thea just confirms that Chase did indeed put University in debt because he put money on her beating Tiffany, and then he also threw the towel in her match with Tiffany. Last week she stormed out when she heard this news of the classroom, and this week she's now embraced it, and she's just angry at Chase because only for a moment that he let her be the way she was towards him. Yeah, that was about it really, and then they just reconnected and it's like, yeah, Chase you.
Woo! Yeah, it was like, and it was just a segment, wasn't it? It was just, it's further along, whatever is going on there, and yeah, everything's good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just it just felt like it felt like it was there for the sake of being there. Like it didn't really
Yeah.
serve anything, and like last
No.
week, I don't know why Thea just left the classroom. Like we were saying it last
Yeah.
week, like it made no sense as to why she just stormed out. Like if anything, it meant that Chase had faith in you. So why are you storming out?
Yeah, and then it's actually physically took him sitting her down just one-on-one for him to say that. For her to be like, oh, okay. Yeah.
The point some big picture we're missing here, but
Probably, but you know, we move.
we move indeed, and we move on to the best promo on the show.
Oh my god, this is trash. Speaking of stuff that will never translate to the main roster,
it's the family. Tony comes out with his family, of course. Luca Crusifino, Stax, Adriano Rizzo. He bigs them up, and each member of them. He mentions his fight with Ilya, Stand and Deliver, which is better than it should have been.
yeah.
Outcomes, of course, the NQCC, the No Quarter Catch crew, the down one member. Why we don't know. Wanted to make a deal in that they made with the family.
we very much do know.
We do know, but we're not going to delve into it.
No, we are not. So this already annoyed me when they come out and he's like, Tony, and he's like, are you talking to me? Is your name freaking Tony? Like, come on, like seriously. It's so stupid.
Maybe he'll like R-Truth out there, be like, who, me?
Yeah, but he's not R-Truth, is he? Like, we'd get it with R-Truth. This is Tony D'Angelo. Like, bro, you know he's talking to you. The only person in the ring called Bloody Tony.
Oh, you got Stacks. He could be called Tony.
He could be, but he isn't, and we very much know this.
But yeah, they want to make a deal that they made with the family public, like some sort of thing that was made discreet that they didn't, I don't know, like acknowledge publicly.
Yeah.
So allegedly, the NQCC approached the family to handle someone for the better of the industry, which, as we all know, is the person that is now gone from NQCC, etc., etc.
Yes.
Then there's a dispute over payment for services rendered, which leads to Tony eyeing up the Heritage Cup trophy, and then that leads to a brawl.
Yep.
And that literally, then the feed cuts out, and it's like, oh, cool, it's time for the next thing. Literally, they're brawling, a few punches are thrown, and then it just cuts away. So
yeah, they knock him over the top rope, and then I'm like, oh, okay, is that it?
Like, no one even posed the trophy. It was just chilling in the corner.
Yeah, it was just done. Segment done.
So yeah, I think we'll get that match soon between Dempsey and D'Angelo, I guess.
They're doing a 6-man, aren't they, on Night 1 of Spring Breaking?
They are, yeah. You're right, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then I assume they'll do a PLE for D'Angelo and Dempsey.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. You could be right, who knows?
Yeah.
Where are we? Here we go, yeah. So, who's back out? It's Ilya Dragunov for his open challenge thing.
Yeah.
So he comes out, he stands in the middle of the ring, he's like, come on. And then out comes like the entire mid card of NXT.
Yeah, literally. Remember on the main roster when you used to have the 24/7 championship?
Yeah.
That was these guys.
Literally, yeah. I think I saw like Lex King in there. I saw. Actually, to be fair, I remember seeing him there.
The one person you've named. Actually, no, I don't know if they were there.
I can't remember anyone else that was there in that little pile.
Yeah.
But as they're all battling each other on one side of the ring, from the other side of the ring, there's a certain someone coming. He comes over the barricade to the announce table, gets to the ring, jumps over the top rope, and then just jumps over Ilya in front of him.
Yeah.
And meets him eye to eye. It's new hotshot and NXT recruit Javon Evans.
It's so random. It is so random. But like the fact that they specified before this is whoever looks him eye to eye. Technically, the referee should have got this match.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Justice for the referees.
Justice for the ref. Screwed.
Yeah. That referee tried to steal my title shot. But yeah, for those who aren't aware, Javon Evans is one of the new recruits for NXT, formerly known on the indie scene as Jay Malachi. Like DPW World Champion he was, but then he relinquished it when he beat Alec Price, etc. But yeah, that'll be the match going forward. So we go into the match. Ilya Dragunov and Javon Evans. Ilya wins, of course, with the Torpedo Moscow. I rated this 3 1/4. It probably would have gone higher for me if it went longer. But this was a great short match. It highlighted Javon while also not making it too unbelievable. Like, oh my god, Javon might win. It's like, no, you knew he was going to lose, but he's still had a good showing.
Yeah, exactly. And it, like you have, this happens, doesn't it? Where a champion comes out and someone unknown, like not unknown, but someone you don't expect to come out, comes out and has a good showing.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what this was. That'll have done him like the fans are clearly into him as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll have done him the world of good. Like even though it was only just over 6 minutes?
Something like that, yeah.
It was a very, very good match.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, it was a short match that just did wonders for Javon, really. Like,
oh yeah, being in there with someone like Ilya gets your name out there, doesn't it? NXT wise.
Yeah, exactly. And NXT management have to be high on this guy because, like, the name he's fought in the last 2 weeks, like,
yeah.
But yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, very good tune up for Ilya and a good little showcase for Javon.
Yeah.
We move on now to another match. It's Thea Hale and Tatum Paxley. Tatum wins with the roll up following interference from both Jasmine Nix and JC Jane. I rated this 1 1/4. Honestly, it wasn't particularly good, and it ended in interference.
Yep.
Wasn't needed, honestly, and didn't really do anything to further anyone. It didn't even put over Tatum well because she didn't win clean. So, what was the point?
Well, it seemed to just set up what happened after the match.
Yeah. So after the match, Valkyria comes out and attacks Tatum. But
yeah, you didn't need a match to get to this.
No, not at all.
No.
Just a lot of nothing.
So yeah, like you said, it's done nothing for Thea Hale. It's done nothing for Tatum Paxley, and it's just like Lyra was able to come out and just attack.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sweet. And it sets up nothing. I mean, it means we might get a big match between JC and Thea, but
yeah,
I guess Tatum and Lyra might fight, but we'll get more into that in a second. So after that match, we get an interview with Roxanne Perez, who says that she don't care who she fights, and also doesn't care about the Lyra and Tatum squabble. She'll let them fight out, and then maybe give the winner of that a title match. She then comments on how easy Ava's job is as GM, which then prompts Ava, because she heard her name being called, she comes on the screen like, you said my name? I'll appear. I'm Joe Hendry.
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
In comes Ava, who takes umbrage with Roxanne's comments, and then makes the title match at Spring Breaking a triple threat. So it'll be Roxanne, Tatum, and Lyra.
Yeah. Which became very obvious when she said, "I will give whoever wins a one-on-one match." Like, well, you've just broken every rule that you should never say it.
Yeah.
Because now you're going to face both of them. Unlucky. And before Ava even came on the screen, I knew what was coming.
Yeah, that's fair. But this just stinks of like old booking as well.
Yeah.
Like during Roxanne's first title reign as champion, she fought both JC and Gigi.
Yeah.
Triple threat. Both part of the same team, or at least affiliated in some sense, and then ultimately she came out on top. And this is the same thing here.
Well, so the annoying thing for me about this is that now it's like the champion is the side story in a championship match.
Mm-hmm.
Because the story is Tatum and Lyra.
Yeah.
And the Perez is just there. And it was the same when like you referred back to Dolan and JC Jane. That was the story ended up being them, not the champion. And it's just like, stop wasting title matches on stories that don't involve the title. Really. It's the only thing that's on the title here is that the title is being defended in this match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like stuff like that. Like, you're feuding over a title, but they're not.
Yeah, I don't really get it, to be honest. It's just cool, I guess, because Lyra wants her title back, and Tatum wants her Lyra title back. And,
and what they should have done, really, is get Lyra and Tatum's story done, and then do what Perez actually said, and, like, she defends it against one of them later.
Yeah, exactly. And then for now, you can have Roxanne against a number of people, like, in title matches.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's so many women in that roster that you could put forward for a title match.
Yeah, well, one day they'll decide that Blair Davenport can go for the title. They will, and they'll give it to her, because she should get it.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you like this video? There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me. Damn fuckers.
Yeah, I agree.
The fact that it's insane that she hasn't already had it.
Mm-hmm. It made the most sense that after Tiffany dropped the title to Becky, it made the most sense to me to have Blair beat Becky.
Yeah.
And obviously Lyra took it because the whole Irish roots thing, but...
Yeah.
Blair's better, in my opinion.
Yeah. You could argue she's one of the best on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say she's probably better than most of the main roster as well.
Yeah, no, I was going to say you could include the main roster in that.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah. And that's not British bias neither. She's legitimately that good.
Yeah, literally. You see her work in Stardom as well. Like, she's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on from something depressing to something even more depressing. It's a tag match. It's the Authors of Pain, Carmen Razor, taking on Malik Blade and Edgerson Ofe. The Authors of Pain win with the Super Collider, which is like the colliding, running power bombs, and then followed by actual power bombs thing. And that was it. 1 star. Again, what's the point? This was another 3-minute-ish match, which ultimately served no one and served no real purpose other than giving AOP a match for the sake of giving them a match.
So the most annoying thing about this Final Destination thing for me, or whatever they're called, is that every time that they come out, I have to see Karrion Kross.
Testament, by the way.
Final Testament. I had Destination in my head. Thinking of the film.
The films, yeah.
Yeah. I wish you'd get to the Final Destination and just get rid of Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like, every time they come out, I'm just like, oh, Karrion Kross again. Like, I know they had a fun match at Mania, but, like, I don't need to see this anymore. Like, just give up on Karrion Kross. You know, like Ray wanted you to roll over on the last showdown? Like, just, WWE, just, like, roll over and give up.
Yeah.
Karrion Kross is never going to be anything. He isn't.
Wow, that is
not
true.
Not here anyway. Not here. Like, he could probably go somewhere else and be okay. Like, go to Impact or something.
Yeah, the thing is, you're probably not wrong. But yeah, I think he's gonna be like probably Trick's first defense.
Yeah,
Something like
probably.
that. But yeah, this was another match that led to nothing really. Speaking of nothing,
Yeah.
we go on to something now as we get the continuation of Gigi Dariana. They buy a dress, which Gigi alters to make it more Gigi.
Yeah.
Aviana's not impressed, and then she buys it, and then cool. She's got an altered green dress now.
Yes, she's going to wear to spring breaking.
Yeah,
But how many credit cards does Ariana Grace have?
I don't count. It feels like 8.
Like you said, it was about 8 or 9 there, definitely.
But also, how much does this dress cost? You need to spread over 8 cards.
Especially after you've butchered it as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's not necessarily the direction I was hoping to go in. I was thinking more like Gigi has been forced to wear the dress that Ariana wants her to wear.
Yeah.
Something along those lines, where she's miserable the entire time.
Well, wait for next week.
But yeah, so we get now the next match of the night, which was Ivar and Josh Briggs, which of course the story of this match came from earlier in the night, where Ivar was like, "Hey man, good to see you being cleared, but don't forget to let your ribs heal up for a few more weeks. I've been there; it's not that good. But don't worry, while you're healing, I'll face Oba, and when I beat Oba, I'll give you the first title shot." And then Briggs was like, "No, I want the first title shot." He's like, I want to fight Oba. And he's like, "Okay, fine. I'll fight you in the ring." And it's like, "Okay, and whoever wins, we'll fight Oba."
Yeah. It's like, it's proper old school simple booking, isn't it? That's
really
what it is.
But I legitimately feel like I'm being insulted, like the way they're panning out. Like I know it's old school simple, but it's just, oh my god, it's making me feel stupid for watching it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he's got like healing fractured ribs, Briggs, and he's still wrestling supposedly.
Yeah.
So yeah, the winner's match gets an unofficial shot at Oba, I guess.
Yeah.
Which means Ivar wins with the Moonsault. 2 stars. Short match again.
Every time I see that moonsault, I'm just impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. A guy of Ivar's size and stature shouldn't be throwing moonsaults.
No.
But he is.
No, absolutely not.
Fair play.
And fair play to Briggs as well, because he's still selling the ribs. Like every time he did a move, like he did a sidewalk slam and then splashed him, and like he was pinning him, but he was proper like cringing over his ribs. The amount of wrestlers that don't sell, once they've done a move that will legitimately hurt something they're meant to be selling, is insane. So fair play to Briggs, because he did his job.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a decent big man match. It was, for the time it was decent. Like I said, 2 stars is the highest you're going to get for a 4-minute match. Like, I enjoyed it for what it was, but saying that, I do wish it would have been longer. But again, I get why it wasn't, because you got to sell Briggs being injured. So, and as you said, Briggs kept on selling those ribs quite well as well. So it wasn't like he's saying he forgot about, like you see in most wrestling. And it does keep Briggs somewhat strong as well, because he's got a valid excuse for losing. You know, oh, my ribs weren't healed, I shouldn't have fought, etc. Like, so it's fine. It worked. It works, man. It works out in the end. And we're gonna get Ivar and Oba in an unofficial match, I guess.
Well, all that's going to do is make Oberfabio look even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just going to look like more of a beast.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. So now we move on to the main event, which is the steel cage that we alluded to at the start of the show, between Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
In this never seen before match.
Never seen before. In a cage on NXT TV.
Yep, never.
Trick wins with the trick shot, which is the jump in flash knee thing he does. I rated this 2 3/4 stars.
Yeah, I didn't like this because we've seen it before,
Yeah.
and it was just like, if you were going to do a cage match, do it at your PLE. Don't
Yeah.
do it on a random episode of NXT.
Yeah, fully agree.
Like, because Stand and Deliver should have just been the end.
Yeah.
We did not need this. This was unnecessary.
No, exactly. We did not. It was.
And no, it's just made Carmelo Hayes look even worse because he's lost again.
Yeah.
Like, there was legitimately no. Carmelo wasn't going to come out of this looking good unless he won.
Yeah.
And if he won, it then had to carry on.
Yeah.
So, and if Trick lost, he looked like an idiot. So
I personally would have preferred Carmelo winning and then set up some sort of freeway, a spring break between the three of them.
Yeah.
Which I think is the way they should have gone initially, Stand and Deliver, before Tony D was like, put me in the match.
Yeah.
But
then if you do that, the story's the two guys, not the title.
Exactly.
Again.
Yeah. So it's a double-edged sword, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But so I rated this 2 and 3/4 stars. My notes here are literally what I've written here, which is what I said. This was supposed to be a feud ender. This was supposed to be so much better than the Underwoman PLE match that we got between these two. This was supposed to be the culmination of a very long story playing out, with neither man able to leave the cage without working for it. This just happened to be a slightly better match than the PLE, but also saying that the setting limited what they could and couldn't do. Because it just felt like a normal match, which also happened to be surrounded by a ring. Surrounded by a cage, sorry. There wasn't any real feeling that these two were embroiled in a heated, intense rivalry. It was a standard wrestling match that ended in the weapons being used, which was
and I think he used the weapon at the start, didn't he, Carmelo Hayes?
He used the bat thing,
and then they cut to break, like after he used it about 3 or 4 times, and then I was just like, oh, okay. And then he came back and he didn't have the weapon anymore.
Yeah,
I was like, cool. What happened there?
No one knows.
No, I was underwhelmed by this match.
And that seems to be an ongoing thing with these two.
Yeah, they just need to separate them. Just let them do other things.
Like, the PLE match was underwhelming.
Yeah.
This match was underwhelming. Like, your issue here is not Carmelo. Like, because we know how good he is.
Yeah.
When it's in singles matches, the only person here who has a 50-50 shot of being a bad or good wrestler is Trick Williams.
Yeah.
The issue here is Trick, not Carmelo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when Trick faces Ilya, Ilya is the reason why they're good matches. Like it's not Trick.
No. See, I don't dislike Trick, and I think he obviously will get better. But I am with you that you don't know which Trick Williams you're going to get. Is he going to be the one that puts on a good match, or are we going to get this?
Yeah. Because I always say the way to truly test it would be put him in a one-on-one match with a Von Wagner or a Alexis King or something like that. Put him in someone who's just dreadful. Not as a wrestler, just dreadfully kind of boring, no charisma sort of thing.
Yeah.
And see how that comes across.
Yeah.
Because you can't test your metal against people like Carmelo, Ilya, Dijak, Noam. These are all great wrestlers.
Yeah.
You need to test them against the guys who aren't necessarily that good. Or at least the ones that aren't that charismatic, or the ones who haven't got much of a character.
Yeah.
Because when he wins the world title, these are the guys he'll be up against.
Yeah.
He'll be fighting the Lexus Kings, the Von Wagners, the Baron Corbins, I like Corbin seeing that.
He'll have his record padded, won't he? When he wins the world title, he'll have a few defenses where he's there to establish himself, and like you said, it's against the not so good, not good, but like you said, people without characters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It'll be stat padded, and then someone will come along and beat him, who should beat him. But I just imagine. I just really think he's going to win at Spring Break, and I think he is.
I hope you're wrong. Saying that though, the stipulation is Ilya's title against Trick's NXT career.
Yeah.
So saying that, it does make sense for Trick to win here.
Yeah, because he's not ready for the main roster.
No. Unless Carmelo costs Trick, and then that could be a play going forward, being like, oh, actually, no, Trick didn't lose clean, etc. And then that's like some sort of workaround. But
I hope they don't do that, because that'd be dumb.
yeah.
Like, make a stipulation and stick to it. Yeah, I don't want to see none of that crap. Like, if he loses, and Carmelo interferes. Like, well, whatever, you still lost the match.
Well, you know where Trick could go if he loses?
Impact.
Well, no, I don't mean that. The brand new hit WWE show, WWE Speed.
I forgot about that. Is that the 5-minute match thing?
3-minute match, yeah.
3 minutes, right? Okay.
Yeah, 3-minute warning and all that.
Woo!
But yeah,
I can't wait to review that.
yeah. So yeah, this was this was a go home show for spring breaking.
Yeah.
So the show naturally suffered for it because most go home shows do tend to be like that.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that spring breaking was next week.
Yeah.
I legitimately thought it was like two or 3 weeks from now, not next week. So everything felt sort of rushed, and that's because it's next week.
Yeah.
Most of the matches ended in some kind of fucked finish, interference, distraction, etc. And the ones that ended clean weren't more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So there was some good matches here too, but there was 8 matches in the span of 2 hours, which is overkill.
Yeah.
They're trying to cram too much into one show, and it kind of showed here. Like, there was at least 3 matches here that weren't needed.
Well, it doesn't help that they had nothing already announced for spring breaking, so everything, like you said, was rushed onto this show to get matches for the week after.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's been... I know standard deliveries happened not that long ago, but you still have an idea of where you're going.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe just don't do spring breaking so soon after the PLE.
Or yeah, that.
Like, you're literally in control of your own schedule. Like,
I'm assuming it's because it's spring break, though. I mean, like, you can't do spring breaking any later than spring break.
Okay, well, just don't do 2 weeks then. Do it 1 week only. Do it the week after.
Yeah.
Because like 1 week will be the actual show, and then 1 week will be NXT spring breaking, like NXT TV spring breaking. Whereas the first week will be like the PLE event thing.
Mm.
But yeah, this was a very disappointing show. Had like 2 good matches, 1 underwhelming, and the rest were just sort of there. I don't know what else to say really. Other than
I've got nothing to add. Like, it's just at least we've got rid of Carmelo and Trick being a thing now.
We think.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. That is the only saving grace of this show.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been HCW Show Squared. This has been the review. This is the end of the review for NXT. As always, please give the show some love with the follows on... Where's it gone? There it is. We've got our Instagram there, our Facebook, our X or Twitter, and of course our Twitch at the end over in there. We are streaming somewhat, kind of. And other than that as well, please feel free to give myself and Frozzy a follow. Our Twitters are just below us here in the name bars. So Frozzy is HW Frozzy. Frozzy HW, sorry. Yeah.
I was going to say, mine's not been right since we had new graphics, but we move.
Yeah, to be fair, like I always just put it as what our name is rather than
yeah. That's why I've never said anything, because it does make sense. So.
it's just it happens to be mine and rates are also our handles.
Yeah.
But yeah, also with the video itself, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Everything there is free, and it helps us a lot. We're at like over 600 followers now on YouTube.
I know, yeah.
Insane.
It is insane. It's been growth.
It's exponential growth, which I absolutely love to see.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and it's insane how quickly we've grown over the last few months.
Yeah.
Because it has been the last few months, really. Like, we seem to stagnate a little bit, but more content's come out thanks to you and Rate and stuff like that, and stuff that is happening with the channel. We are just growing, and we want to continue to grow, and we appreciate everyone's love.
Yeah, absolutely. And every single one of you out there who subscribes to the channel, who watches the videos, who comments on the videos, shares the videos, etc. Like, any love you give us, you're part of the movement.
And this is a movement.
This is a movement, exactly. But yeah, honestly, we're so grateful for everyone who does show support for the channel and their love for just what we put out there in terms of content. But before we get too sappy, this has been HCW Show Squared. I've been DP, this has been Froz, and we'll bid you adieu.
Goodbye.